now tuned into Real as It Get podcast.
Keeping it real.
Be real, be true, and be yourself. They say the truth will set you free. You have to be real with yourself before you can be real with anyone else. Remember that.
Real as It Get podcast, episode number 3. This one's gonna be a little bit special. We got a special guest in the house, Royal Palm Beach Wildcats Vice President and Coach Sam Curry. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing great.
Nice to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Anytime, man. It's nice to be here.
We've been looking forward to this, man. You know, getting real football dudes don't need to talk about real football, you know.
That's what it's about.
So we're gonna start this thing off. Sam, what is your thoughts on youth football overall in Palm Beach County?
That's the interesting question. I like that's a real. Let me try to think of the right way to say it without pissing nobody out because I don't want to make anyone mad. But I think we're really behind when it comes to youth football in Palm Beach County. As far as exposure goes, like we don't get the same exposure as South Florida teams. And we're South Florida, but I'm talking about like Miami and Fort Lauderdale area.
Stepchild.
Yeah, we like to stepchild. Let's give everything else to Palm Beach County.
Yeah.
But I think we're behind. The reason why I think we're behind, as you see, like when you look at the leagues in Miami and the leagues in Fort Lauderdale, we have some teams that play in their leagues, but we just got in their leagues. They created their own football brand down there for themselves, like FYFL. They got Miami Extreme League. Then you go to abroad, that's mostly AYFL.
Right.
So we don't have that in Palm Beach County. Most of our main leagues in Palm Beach County is Pop Wonder. Or you can go and look at Lake Lytle, WCFL, West Boynton, but no league per se itself that travel like AYFL, FYFL down in Miami and Broad. And the culture is different too. I've never seen so many people at a youth football game until we joined the FYFL.
Right.
Like it'd be crazy.
I was watching today, man. Hell, the commentator was talking about these guys got 15 coaches on the sideline. 15 coaches, man.
It'd be like that. They live, breathe, sleep football. That's all these kids do is football, and they invest in it. Like they got a lot of money into their football organizations.
Mm-hmm. They love it down there. I mean, like I said, I think from youth league to high school, there's a different love for football, coaches and players. You know what I'm saying? The players love it. They just eat. They just live, eat it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the coaches too. So that way, that's why the culture to me is different.
Yeah, the culture is real different, and not just in South Florida. I'm very familiar with Central Florida too. Like they live and breathe down there, but they crazy down there. There's a lot of stuff that go on Facebook. I hear from my friends. They have free agents, youth football players. They be going from one part to the next part.
Yeah.
But as far as like the culture, I see that I love South Florida culture. I love the Miami and the Broward County culture and how they really invest in their youth and they really look into it and they do a lot of different things. And I think there's certain things that we can take and certain things that we do good, and we put it together, we can have a great football culture. Right. But then when you look at that also, it's like we were talking earlier, that trickled down from the high schools too.
Mm-hmm.
Like the coach down there for high school football is different.
Yeah.
So I heard you say Miami created their own leagues, the Extreme, FYFL. Do you think it's possible for Palm Beach to create a super conference, and after that super conference, you have the opportunity to win a county championship? After that county championship, then that team have the opportunity to form that national team and travel and play teams. Do you think it's possible?
Okay, so I'm asking one of your questions, right?
Gotcha.
So the first question, do I think it's possible, was to form a super conference league?
Right.
Yes, I think it's possible. We have enough good football teams down here that we can form one. When you look at the football atmosphere for Palm Beach County, you think about Delray Beach Rocks.
Right.
You think about Boynton Beach,
Right.
Bulldog, Royal Palm Beach
Yep.
Wildcats. You think about Palm Beach Garden Gators.
Yep.
You got Lake Worth Jaguars.
Facts.
Then you got Jupiter Mustangs.
Yep.
Then you got the new one.
We ain't that yet.
Then you got the Acreage.
Yeah.
Acreage to create a football team. So, and then I may be missing someone. I hope I ain't missing one though, but I may be missing. Boca Braves. And then you look a little north, and you can add them into your conference too. When you got Treasure Coast Spartan, you got Martin County, you got Port St. Lucie. So, can we create a super league? Yes, we can create a super league. there was a lot of great teams that can create a league that can be competitive in the nation.
I agree.
So that's a league amongst itself, but we don't have to do all the trouble like in Dade and Broad and Tampa just to get that action. But will everyone buy into it? Probably not.
Right.
Because some people are sold on what they're used to, and they're not thinking of the future and what can be created with a league, a Palm Beach County, or even a Treasure Coast football league.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And how much it can help our kids with exposure. Because now we're promoting and marketing our kids.
Right.
Even though we're at FYFL, we did great at FYFL last year. They're not going to promote us like a Palm Beach league. Because it's their babies on the minor team. Let's just be honest.
Right.
But if we had our own league, you know what they could do for our kids. And we had it one time with Pop Warner. We had the Treasure Coast Football Conference, but you know that was age based, not weight, unlimited weight. And that's what the future is with youth football. It's unlimited weight.
Right. Me and Chuck, we've been talking about it, and I was like, man, that's one of my next things that I'm working on. Like I say, everybody's not gonna buy into it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you look at an organization, right? When you look at an organization like Lake Lytle, for example, they need to make a decision. They're losing so many kids because they too old school. You know what I mean? So now, I was telling one of my guys, I'm like, okay, you know, Lake Lytle got the junior division, senior division, prep division. Don't just make those teams. Just make those teams. Have 4 to 5 teams throughout the park. You join a conference. You can be a mega site because you got 4 fields. You can play a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, you join that conference and you have those kids assigned to those teams according to registration.
Mm-hmm.
Your participation numbers are bound to go up just because, you know, when you look up Palm Beach County youth football, Lake Lytle's there. You know what I mean? They're gonna have that traffic regardless. You know, I was messing around on my phone and I was like, for a super conference, just like in the East Division, Palm Beach Rams, Palm Beach Ibis, Jupiter Mustangs, Riviera Beach Chargers, Palm Beach Gardens Gators. West Division, you'll have Royal Palm Beach Wildcats, the Acreage, Baby Raiders, Pahokee Panthers, Baby Blue Devils, and WCFL. A South Division, you'll have Delray Rocks, Boynton Beach Bulldogs, West Boynton, Lake Lytle, Lake Worth Jags, Boca Braves. That could work.
Right.
That could work.
That's a good list.
Just think about that.
Very, very good list.
All that talent. Come on,
But
man.
I guess the question is, why wouldn't we come together to do that? Like, what's stopping people from saying, nah, I ain't trying to join all that?
I don't think no one actually never tried to do it, like to create this league and get everybody to buy in. FYFL only 10 years old. A lot of people don't understand that. They only 10 years old. Like someone in, I think it was 2012 decided to do this.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Florida decided to do this
I
2012.
wouldn't even guess that.
Yeah, they only 10. We are celebrating our 10-year anniversary right now.
Wow.
That's
So-
dope because they
And they one of the best in the nation right now.
Right. They made a name for themselves, man.
So it's feasible. Like if we want to do it, it's feasible. Like it's feasible to do it if we want to do it.
Right.
But we just need to get our heads together like the presidents and sit at that round table and decide, man, it's no more letting Pop Warner decide what we want to do.
Right.
No more letting FYFL, AYFL. Let's create something for Palm Beach County.
And my biggest thing too is everybody's complaining, you know, Pop Warner rules, you know, FYFL rules. No, let's make it happen.
Right.
Whatever you don't like,
You can, you sitting down, get all the big dogs, all the big heads together,
Right.
creating a home league. I mean, something like that, and something like that can be done year round. But you can have a youth 7-on-7. Like there is no youth 7-on-7 in Palm Beach
You
County.
can.
You can do that if you have everybody come together. You know what I'm saying? But like I said last time, I said everything's so spread out. Like everything's so divided. I mean, from high school coaches to little league coaches, everything. Like, I'm good over here. Y'all do y'all thing over there. You know what I'm saying? So it's always kind of like that in Palm Beach, which is a detriment to us.
right.
You know,
So, you know, as a coach, as a director, what is your biggest accomplishments?
So most people think I say my national championship. I won 2 national championships. I don't think it was my biggest accomplishment. Honestly, my accomplishment right now, off that team, and I'm gonna see more in the future, but off that team right now, I think 5 or 6 of them have D1 offers.
I've been following.
They got like major D1, not just in the D1, major D1 offers.
Right.
And that brings me more joy than the national championship did.
Right.
Because what we're trying to do and what every coach should be trying to do is to create a foundation for these kids so when they do go to high school,
right,
that they can jump right in and play varsity, or they can jump right in and create opportunity for themselves to go to college. I'm not really caring about the national championship because if you coach right, you do everything out of love, that gonna come.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That
It's
gonna
gonna
come.
come.
When they gonna come if you do everything the right way.
Yep.
How do you build a good quality program? You know, so how do you build it, and like what are the good characteristics of a good quality program?
Okay, so when we initially took over, me and my homeboy Mike, when we initially took over Royal Palm Beach, we did that like 5 years ago. I want to say 5 or 6 years ago. I'm losing track because that COVID killed me when it happened though. But about 5 or 6 years ago, we took over. All right, we decided that we're gonna do things a little different than the prior board members. So we started investing in the camps. Like we did every camp. And everything we did out of like we try to make like a family atmosphere when you come to Royal Palm. My mama got involved, like everybody.
She's heavily
She's
involved.
heavily involved. You know what I'm saying? She got involved with the sweet talking, making people feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So my whole family involved. Like they help with everything that we do out there in Royal Palm. So we try to make it seem like more of a family atmosphere. So when you came out there, you felt the love. When you came out there for a football game, we had fried fish and everything else. So you had that southern hospitality going on out there at Royal Palm.
Yeah.
So we try to create something that nobody else can have. Like I used to have parents tell me, "Hey, bring my kids to Royal Palm. Y'all train like y'all in the army." That's the point.
Right.
We want them to be the best they can be. We want them to feel like they have to compete for their spot. And when I took over initially too, we had a stigma that we was a daddy ball organization. So I had to change that too. So I got some great coaches. I knew some guys. I was like, man, how come help me? And it all started with us winning the Mighty Mighty Championship. Like we won the Mighty Mighty Championship, and that triggered down to us winning into the junior Pee Wee national championship in the 12U. And then once you start winning, people just come.
Facts.
And once they see that you can like develop kids, they start coming. Kids were getting better. We were getting kids for our organization. They were getting better. So now everybody see that and they're like, oh, we want to Royal Palm. Okay, come on. My Facebook started blowing up. Like it started blowing up.
Yeah. Like
And then we do a great job of marketing too. So I go on Facebook and market it, and we try to be very transparent with parents. Like we got kids right now that's good, and we coming from another organization, and a lot of my coaches are real. Like I have one coach who's too real.
Yeah,
like,
he's real.
Like right now he's too real. Like,
So let me ask you. So, but you're definitely right about the culture and you changing it, because I remember my first year when I was coaching at Gardens, head coach. I was when they had the unlimited team. When we played Royal Palm, what you guys have implemented, it was nothing like that out there. It was just dead. It was dry. It was quiet. There was no atmosphere. How he said they had the fried fish on a concession stand. Hell, you just had the regular basic concession stand. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you also mentioned that your coaches are real. My guy, Coach Wendell, you know, he a part of your staff. Listen, my guy's so real. Like I text Wendell, you know, we talk all the time, and this dude will tell you, I don't want him on the team. Like I asked him a question, I was like, I didn't know FYFL didn't have a minimum play rule. So you know, when you in Pop Warner and you know rec ball, you got the minimum play rules. You know, a kid got to see X amount of plays. I asked Wendell, I say, yo, like, being that you guys don't have minimum plays, what happens to the kid that's been at every practice? A kid who you really like, right? He just ain't gonna see the field. I tell his parents, he ain't gonna see the field. And I'm like, you know, some coaches, man, will have a little soft spot, but hell, Wendell ain't no soft spot because he's a very competitive person.
Yeah.
What's your take on that, man?
What?
Just like minimum play rules, showing love to a kid that's not so good.
So FYFL do have a minimum play rule.
Okay.
It's just not enforced.
Gotcha.
Okay, so they do have one. It's not enforced. It's not like Pop Warner's. Minimum play can be on kickoff for FYFL.
Got you. So they count kickoffs.
They count kickoff, they
Gotcha.
count special team, they count everything as minimum play.
Gotcha.
So it's not as like how Pop Warner, you don't count kickoff, you don't count field goals, you don't count that stuff. You can count everything. He only 6 plays.
Right.
Gotcha.
So they do it. They don't. It throw out the one when it comes to playoff time.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's
so
dope.
Regular season they do have it.
That's dope. I like that.
Yeah.
But then that's to go back to the part where I think every league is important in Palm Beach County because you got kids that need development.
True.
So that's why the Lake Lighters and the WCFL are important.
Facts.
Because there's some kids that need to play out there to get more experience before they get onto the FYFL Traveling League or the AYFL or even Pop Warner. They have to play in them development league that they can get more one-on-one training, one-on-one instruction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because one of the most, I'm gonna say this right. One of the most things that we need in Palm Beach is more coaches. Like I'm just saying, we need more coaches. Like that's one of my hardest things. I can get players. The hardest thing for me as a vice president and was a director was finding good coaches.
And committed.
Yeah, committed coaches. So it was hard.
That's my number.
Especially when you come to our coaches, because we don't allow our coaches to smoke on the field.
Yep.
You can't bring no drinks. You can't have no weed. You don't get ears. Don't black your mouth. Some people don't like that.
Right. Hell, you'll run people away. You'll run kids away if you got coaches coming to the field like that.
Coaches like Coach Wendell, you need them type of coaches.
Yep.
He's honest, he's competitive, he get the vision, he get what we trying to do. And sometimes he help me out because he make me see stuff. Because I'm more, I ain't gonna say I'm hard, but I'm more soft. I'm more soft. Like I give every kid a chance.
Right.
Like,
He don't.
really.
That's not him.
I'm really what you call him, but Wendell gonna be very honest with you. Very, very honest with you. He gonna let you know what your kid need to work on. And if your kid is committed, now it's not just he's no good. No, he have to show the effort and come out there and want to play. If he do that, Wendell is one of the best coaches in Palm Beach County getting kids where they need to be at.
Definitely, man.
Like he's up there.
Yeah.
And I got my accolades, but Wendell is up there being one of the best in Palm Beach County when it comes to developing kids. Like if you look at some of his kids in the 2024 class, with the team here at Palm Beach Garden, they're up there. Like it's like 3, 4, 5 of them in the top 15 in the county.
Yep.
And he developed them good. Like he's a very, very good developer of youth talent. And he worked hard with them too.
And to the development point, that's a big thing I talked about last time. Was like the development in Palm Beach County is like lacking, like all the way around. Like, of course, you talk about Coach Wendell. You got certain coaches who can, but you got a majority of coaches who don't do it right. Now, without giving out too many secrets, how do you develop, or what are some good points to how you develop a youth football player?
So without getting out too much secret, so we like to stick to the basics. A lot of people try to go out and they think they Nick Saban or they think they're the next OC, they're gonna do this, do that. We stick to the basics, and basically your stance. Like a lot of people, like we get kids that have been playing football for like 3 years, 4 years to come around upon, and they have the laziest stance I've ever seen in my life. They can't forget a real 3-point stance. They don't know how to fire off the ball. They don't know the correct steps. So what Wendell and them do a lot of time, they go over the basics. What I do a lot of time, I go over the basics too. And I go like you have to be fundamental sound when you play with us. And that's the difference between what I see in our organization. They be trying to do things they see on YouTube and make it translate to youth football. Sometimes they forget.
It don't work.
Like I had a coach came from, I'm not gonna say organization name, but he was a coach over there. He came over there and see how we practice. And he's like, I ain't do that though. Like we didn't do that. Like how you break things down. Like we had a meeting with our coaches because just like we said, coaches are hard to find. So most of the time when you get the coach, what you getting? A dad. Right? So you're getting a dad. So most of the dads don't know youth football. They play football,
right?
But they don't know youth football. So the first thing they think, their kids can think like they thought when they was like in high school or college. Right. So what we did something called Coaching Corner. Every Monday we had a Coaching Corner. And basically what we did, we got the veteran coaches and they did like a little session and whatnot. So one of the sessions I had was youth football practice plans. How to create a practice plan.
Lord,
because what I see in a lot of, I go to certain practice and they don't have no plan. But they just go into running plays. Like, you ain't gonna see how to install the plays. You ain't gonna teach the kid how to do the camera. You just gonna just say go out there and run the GT camera.
And what's crazy is me and my guys was just talking about that. Just because it's just like, when you're a coach, I'm coaching my AU this year, but as the president for the organization, that's the type of stuff you look for. You just can't go out there and just stretch, let's start running plays. It don't work like that, bro.
No.
It don't work like that. So we've been you know, the thing with me is one thing that I'm, you know, currently going through is, like you say, finding coaches. You know, when you got an organization like I9 Sports, right?
Yeah.
No practice during the week, just show up on Saturday, but you're paying
30
these
minutes
volunteers $18, $19 an hour. I may have somebody interested who want to volunteer, right?
Right.
How much you paying? Right. I'm the president and I ain't getting paid.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So you lose so many guys because they want to get paid. I tell my guys, I say, look, I give you a stipend at the end of the season if the money right. However, I can't afford to pay you an hourly. But if I start paying you an hourly rate, your mindset change. You're not here for the kids. You're not here to develop them. You're here to get the money.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we definitely can't go that route with paying coaches out. It was a guy here in Palm Beach. He's an advocate for paying youth football coaches. Dude, it's not gonna work. That shit gonna be a whole nother complete story. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a lot of chaos. You know what I mean? A lot of chaos.
Wait, so as like a president, vice president, how do you guys help run the league or help run the organization and still be able to evaluate your coaches on each team? Like, how do you coach your coaches and still be able to run? Because you guys are wearing a lot of hats.
Sam got the team. You know what I mean? He got the team. Like, say for instance, how he say he got his mom to help, he got his family out there helping. And then when you think of a strong coach like Coach Wendell, who got his wife, listen, man, that's a super team right there. She gonna handle all admin. His main focus is coaching. Man, Wendell told me, and this is where I got this from, I don't touch no paperwork. He touching no paperwork. Go take it to my wife. You know what I mean? So with Sam, being that he got so many people who want to help, it makes his job much easier. You know what I mean? Because now he can focus on the needs.
It make it easier now too, because I added G Miller to the board.
Yeah,
I gave him my position and I moved up to vice president, because what happened, our vice president work schedule didn't allow him to do it no more. So and his kid wasn't playing no more anyway. So when I added G Miller to it, it helped a lot. G is probably one of the best recruiters I know in youth football. I'm just young with you.
I'm jealous,
the
man.
Dude have it. He know majority of all the kids in Palm Beach County, and he's a very good coach too. So that helped out a lot when it comes to running an organization. And last year, me and Mike had a handful, and we were transitioning from. And we had a great treasure and a support system, but we would transition from Part 1 into FYFL. When we made the transition, remember FYFL used state IDs and different type of paperwork, so we had to get used to all of that. And then with COVID, if you had to get a state ID, you had to do an appointment. So having that support system, having good team moms, shout out to team moms. Team moms are the greatest. Without a great team mom, you should have at least 2-3 team moms on your staff. They make your life a lot easier. But the great thing about it, I had coaches that made my life easier too. And how do I evaluate my coach? That's the question I asked, right? Yeah. And by me being board and coach at the same time. Results. You're gonna know when something wrong when you, and I'm at the field all the time. So when we do home games, I'm able to watch all the games. So I can look at all the games and see what needs to be fixed and how do I fix this. And last year I blamed myself on, like, I had probably like 2 groups that I think could have been better. But I blamed myself. I gave a team to a first year coach and didn't have an opportunity due to us having to do all that paperwork to really sit down and talk to the coaches and do what we did this year. Right. This year, there should be no problem because we did coaching clinics. Like, we had our own coaching clinics with all our coaches. We went through a whole lot of things. We showed them how to plan an efficient practice. We showed them offense. We how to make offense look complicated with just 8 plays. Right. Like, giving teams different look with different formations. Like, we did all this with our coach. We went over 4-3, 3-4, 5-3 defenses. So they just can't go out and say they didn't know this now. So, and now, in the past, I used to use a paper. And I give it to the parents, let them fill it out. Some coaches didn't like that because they feel like they're letting the parents bash them more. But it was more like to see what it was at. So in the past, we did that. We didn't do it last year because we didn't have time. But it was just basically us talking. We got, like I said, I got a group chat WhatsApp with all the head coaches, and I go over things with them, and I ask them questions. We're very involved. We've had like little discussion, debates, everything. I had debates with them coming here, like a question that you just got literally just asked. what do you think about the culture of youth football in Palm Beach County? You know what I'm saying? So we talk a lot. So throughout the season, we talk a lot, and we have some outspoken coaches that will talk a little more. So I like that because you gotta have.
Right.
Nobody want yes men running. I don't want no yes man. I want somebody. If I do something wrong, tell me I'm doing something wrong.
Right.
If you see a formation that I could have did different, tell me. And the thing that hurt a lot of youth football coaches too, they don't know down distance. They don't realize. They don't know situational football.
Right.
A lot of the youth football coaches, they don't know situational football. It never hurt them.
So, yeah, hey, Real as It Get podcast. We here with Vice President and Coach Sam Curry of Royal Palm Beach Wildcats youth football. So, you know, COVID happened. You know, before COVID, you was with Pop Warner. Why did you leave Pop Warner? If COVID never would have happened, you would have stayed at Pop Warner, or you still would have left?
That's a good question. So, before COVID happened, I was doing a little conversation with probably one of the legends in Palm Beach County when it comes to youth football coaches. Like, he was at this particular organization, I won't say the name, but he did his research too, and he came back to me, and me and him used to talk about finding. He had a great team too. His team won some nationals. All right, so we're talking, and he's telling me about the different leagues, and I'm telling him about the different leagues. And we're discussing the leagues and what can we do to get better. Because by that time, you know, Pop Warner kept implementing new rules. So one of the rules they implemented that like made me upset was the 35-yard line, no kickoffs.
Right.
I don't like that.
I don't like that.
Like you take away football. I understand a lot of per se injury happen during the kickoff, but if you coach it the right way, you can avoid it. So they did that rule. All right, so I say, went through it anyway. All right, we ended up winning the junior PB that year. Then they came back in and they tried to correct the ship and get participation. They then would decline. And everybody was going to what? Unlimited football. So they came with unlimited football. I was like, okay, yes, they're doing unlimited football. But then they came with 2-point standings for like 8U and junior Pee Wee. Like, what the hell? Like, these kids ain't gonna learn how to get in a correct 3-point standings.
Right.
So they came out with these new rules and everything. I was excited about the 12 years because everybody was D1. It wasn't no D1, no D2. So we get the opportunity to play the legendary programs in Pop 1, like Goulds, Meadows, Florida City.
Right.
I'm like, oh, we finna play them. We gonna beat them. And I had to stick that year too. You know what I'm saying? I had probably one of the best 12U in Palm Beach County.
Yeah, that 12
You know what I'm saying? They were loaded. So I'm like, I get to show these boys that we got this because a lot of people didn't believe in that. We won junior people, we won what, 34-0. That was no competition, D2, no different. But now we D1. Now we get to play the teams that we've been wanting to play.
Right.
Because we knew right then we had something. So then COVID hit. All right. We was ready to repeat again, do what we had to do. And I thought TCLC was going to stay D1. I didn't know they would go back to D2.
Right.
So we started looking around. A couple of organizations hit me up. FYFL hit me up. The thing is, though, during COVID, we did the Hellcats. So we did 11U Hellcats, 13U Hellcats, and 9U Hellcats. So we ended up traveling. And I had 11U and 13U. We playing teams from Maryland, we playing teams from New Orleans, we playing teams from different areas of the nation. And we started liking it. Like, it was competition.
Right.
Like, we ain't just wanted to, like, run over people. Like, they break that shit. Like, they be like, dang. And then the atmosphere of going to them different parts and seeing, like I told you, like we didn't see that in Pop Warner. We going down to Jacksonville and the whole park was full. A little fights stuff going on, but the whole park was full. You know what I'm saying? It was like, hey, this is what it's about.
Yeah.
Like it's competition. Like they had video cameras out there. They had people going live, and it was just hype. I'm like, man. So a couple of my coaches told me this that was on that staff. Sam, we ain't going back to Pop Warner. If you go back to Pop Warner, we're gonna leave your organization. I'm like, you gonna move? I'm like, and then I was talking to Coach Wendell. All the way he would come to me here, cause he was looking around too. You know, he's a Pop Warner guy, but he was looking around too, and he was like, Sam, man, I'm seeing these CDJs and this team and that team. I'm not going to Pop Warner, so if you don't create this, I'm gonna create my own team. And that's the only way I'm coming. If you're gonna create what I'm looking for because I want to play in that type of atmosphere.
Right.
So I'm like, I need Coach Wendell.
And he will not. He was firm on that, man.
I need Coach Wendell. So
no Pop Warner.
So
he didn't want.
I need Coach Wendell. So and then Coach G also told me the same thing. He ended up staying with Darren that year, but he also told me the same thing that the only way he'll come over here if I get into a league that's gonna allow him to play in the Nationals. I'm like, okay. So I had to convince the board because I can't make a decision on my own.
Right.
And then on top of that, like competition matters. Like we talking about high school. Most of the teams that are dominating their high schools getting in play for FYFL,
Right.
AYFL. They wouldn't get in play. They play against the best.
Yep.
So how can we help our high school kids, their high school programs, put them in the best competition when they're in youth? And that's how I feel like if I put my kids in competition with their youth, when they get to high school, it should be easy to them because they used to playing this type of environment.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't playing in front of 20 parents and 30 parents. They playing in front of 500 people standing full.
Right.
My team just played in the Super Bowl and Millmore, and that whole stadium was full.
Loaded, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was full. So if they playing in that type of atmosphere right now, in that type of crazy environment, imagine when they get in high school.
Facts.
It's gonna be easy for them.
And the competition, man. I'm all for it, but Royal Palm way established than the Irish. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that last year. We attempted to join me in Florida. Where we was, new organization you're starting. Me in Florida, it was good, but we talking about talent. Being able to compete.
Mm-hmm.
At first, like my vision was, let's try to do it independent. Form the new version of enlighten. That shit was too stressful. So I'm like, I gotta join the conference. So, I had a few people hit me up. Pop Warner was one that I was just like, nah, I can't join them. I can't join them right now. So then I reached out to, I don't know who I reached out to because I didn't know about FYFL. I don't know if I reached out to somebody or somebody reached out to me.
They probably reached out to you.
I think Mike reached out to me, right?
Mike Bird, he approved everything.
Good dude, right? So, I'm like, damn, we got our first invitation. I done reached out to somebody else. They didn't respond to me. So, we had a meeting, Zoom meeting. He had the team on there. And at first, I was like, damn, boy, we gonna go to FYFL. And keep in mind, like Sam said, coaches want to move to FYFL. Like, they will join you.
Right.
I had a few people hit me up and was like, yo, you go to FYFL, we gonna join you. But then I'm like, damn, I ain't got the players to get in FYFL. So we ended up joining Mid Florida. Joined Mid Florida. And, Mid Florida, they're competitive, but they're not FYL competitive.
Mm-hmm.
But, being a baby still, dude, they got seasoned players. A lot of these kids been playing together for a long time. Me, I'm getting a kid who ain't played before, and it's it's being shown when you go to these games, you're getting destroyed. Like we went to Clewiston, dude. I'm taking a team of 17, 18, bro. These Clewiston teams had like 35, 40 players deep. You know what I mean? And this was the COVID year, so. Muck City, I think the Baby Gators, they didn't have a team. They didn't have a team, so all those players either went to Pahokee or they went to Clewiston. And at that point, I had to sit back and I had to reevaluate. Like, yo, if you're gonna keep trying to build the organization, you gotta find somewhere to put the organization. I wasn't even thinking about Pop One. I was just like, yo, we gonna relocate and we gonna reload again. But I went to a Pop Warner game and I was like, yo, this shit moves so slow. We will dominate, we will compete instantly. Over there, it was like, we had a 14U team. They allow 15-year-olds to play in that division. So that year, we had like a merged team. So it was like 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds. Dude, you're going to get them there against a high school sophomore.
You are.
You feel me? And then one thing that I noticed about those teams, 14U, they have more 15-year-olds than 14-year-olds. With the flag team, I made the dumbest damn decision to open my registration up at 4 years old, 5-year-olds, and 6-year-olds, right? Why did I have more 4-year-olds than 6-year-olds, but I'm playing teams that's full of 6-year-olds? Destroying me, bro. Destroying me. So at that point, I was like, yo, I gotta go to Pop Warner to continue to build the brand.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then, if you do what you do, you evaluate and you make the next
That's
decision.
important, man. The build a brand. That's very important. But another reason why we go too, I forgot to mention it, was financial.
Gotcha.
We actually save more money going to FYFL than Pop One. Pop One is expensive.
How much is Nationals, bro?
Which national?
Pop Warner
Pop One
National.
National. When we was in Disney, they're not going in Disney no more. It was at Wild World Sports. It was expensive to go there. So you have to pay the $1,000 to get there. Then they make you stay.
You gotta pay to go to the national.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna break that down. I'm gonna break national down for y'all in the future.
Okay.
So I'm all national. So you have to pay $1,000 to go to national, right? So you go to national, they make you have to stay on campus, on their property, on the Disney property.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the money comes in at. Because if you don't stay, you get kicked out.
Wow.
Yeah, you got a certain amount of days you got to stay.
Really?
Right? It's cheaper to get a Airbnb, right?
Yeah.
They don't allow you to do that.
That's crazy.
You had to stay on the Disney property. We ended up spending like $20,000 that first year when the national.
Just for national.
Just for national.
Not for the season, for national.
National.
That 20 racks.
20 racks. And I had to raise that within a week.
So what happened? You qualified to play in Nationals.
Mm-hmm.
You can't come up with the money. They contact the other team who you beat.
They'll find somebody to play for you. Like example, my 12 year, the team we beat Pine Hill Trojan.
Mm-hmm.
I already knew that if we lose, we were going to national still. But I ain't trying to lose. We ended up beating them 25-0. I already knew they were going to ask them to go to national because they in Orlando. A team had called out and said they can make the national. One of the regions, they have a team to fill in because I think it's 8 regions in Power One. So they end up getting Pine Hill to play in their spot. So we end up playing them again. They almost beat us too. We end up winning them. But they almost beat us the second time because it's hard to beat a team twice. It's a good team to win. But we beat them. But that's what they do. So they have to fill that spot no matter what.
Is there a fee to join your organization to Pop Warner?
Is it a fee to join Pop One? Yeah.
So all the money that they getting around the nation, they can't fund the 2 national championships or whatever. I mean national.
Mm-hmm.
Not even have. That's crazy.
And they don't even get a kid's rings.
Oh, and that's another thing. So we went 2 times back to back. All right. So the first time we won the national, they gave us a red Donald Trump hat. Even Donald Trump real much just a red. Pop one hat. That's what we got for winning the national and the Wood Trophy.
At Pop Warner.
At Pop Warner.
We got all this money. But
We spent $20,000. That's all we got. We got more stuff from the TCLC conference championship than we got from Pop Warner. So then the second year, I'm like, maybe they'll check.
I'm not running behind no kid.
And with me, man, joining Pop Warner this year, one thing that I noticed, man, is out of all my coaches, you probably got me. I probably got like 2 or 3 like seasoned coaches. You feel me? Mm-hmm. With the experience. All my other guys are like first year guys. But the crazy thing is, you have to settle for that because you can't get those guys who you really want to fully commit.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that right there is just so mind-boggling, bro, because it's just like, just think if Sam had these coaches years ago. You know what I mean? If he had them coaches years ago, Royal Palm brand would be way bigger than what it is now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And, with me, it's kind of like, damn, this is a setback. First off, you also got to look at it, too. It's so many leagues. It's so many teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
like 5 leagues, I think, in Palm Beach County. You got Mid Florida, Pop Warner, FYFL, AYFL.
Then you got the rec.
Then the rec.
It should not be like that, man. Hey, Palm Beach County, bro, we need to come together. Big dollars need to come sit at the round table, whatever round table y'all need to sit at, and get this thing together, man. Ain't no reason why we shouldn't be.
I love to play Boynton, Delray area.
I was just gonna ask you that.
I love to play Boynton, Delray, Palm Beach Garden area. I would love it. Like you get more out of playing teams in your county than going out of county. But hey, I'm gonna do it best for my organization. My organization was, I think, better fit with a FYFL and not having a handcuff and not being able to say my kids gotta get in 2-point stands or no kickoffs
Right.
and stuff. That's just my feeling. You know what I'm
agree,
saying?
bro.
Like I'm not
Because
I'm getting these kids ready for high school.
Yeah.
2-point stands. Who gonna do that in high school? Like
Well,
realistically.
the 2-point stand is more implemented in college and some high schools do it when they do like spread.
Yeah,
pass,
spread
right?
formation, yeah.
So some do it, but if we doing a double tight formation,
You can't
and
be
everybody
you can't be in
2-point
2
stand. Come on,
That shit looks
so
crazy.
you know what I'm saying? Like it made for different type of offense. Now you forcing everybody's hand to do this your way,
Right.
right? And the way it was brought to me was, oh, how many coaches can coach like you, Coach Sam? That's not the problem. Like you stopping. I
Right.
just don't agree with the 2-point stands. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. Not kicking kickoffs because what I said earlier, situational football.
Situational football.
If
Yeah.
I'm down 14 points and I score with a minute left, what I'm supposed to do, right? Kick outside, right? You can't do that in part one. You lost already.
Yeah, you done lost. You gave them
You
the ball
lost
back.
because once you score and you up by they up by 7,
They spot the ball.
they get the ball back at 35. They're gonna take 3 nils. It's over.
It's over.
I can't give myself a chance with a kickoff,
Right.
with an extra point. Maybe onside. I can't give myself a chance. Like I can't do it. Like I can't do it.
Yeah, that ain't real football.
That ain't real football.
Yeah, so I got 2 more questions for you. One, cheerleading. How do you run cheerleading in a youth football program? How hard is it?
You can't ask for upon that because we don't got you.
Yeah, I think everybody.
We try our best to do it, man. Like that's one of the hardest. So we had it 4 years ago, right? And the reason why we got rid of cheerleading was part one is expensive. All right, so we was in the red.
Hold on, you got to pay for cheerleading in part 1 or 2?
Yes,
Yes,
everything.
dude.
God,
Hold
dude,
on.
what?
Before Sam start that, dude, we have to pay to license music.
Mm-hmm.
Lord have mercy. I
And
found
it's
that.
expensive.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, I was looking at that and I'm sitting here like, oh my God.
So you got to get the local rappers around here to make all your stuff.
No, even like the mix, you got to turn it in and stuff. Like when they mix the tape for them today,
Yeah.
you got to turn it in. You got to pay. Man, it's crazy. Like so, competition. Like all the chilies go to competition. They go to regional and all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So our chili was eating into our money, right? Like football was getting.
Mm-hmm.
So we had the same registration fee for chili and what's called, but we wouldn't get that many chilies.
Right.
Probably had 2 teams of chilies, but 7 or 8 teams of football. So football was paying the bill.
Right.
But chili was killing the money. They was killing the money. Destroying the money. Like we was in red.
Right.
Like we was in red so bad that we had to buy a jersey. Like ask, hey, can you loan me this? And then when we get our registration, we'll pay you
Yeah.
on the back end. So we made the conscious decision. It hurt us, but it ended up being the best decision to get rid of chili. But now I'm trying to bring back the chili because they're helping recruiting.
Right.
Because people got. I'm just dealing with it.
Yeah,
They're helping
yeah.
recruiting.
100%. Yeah.
We lost some good stars that we could have had on our team because we didn't have chili. Because mom didn't want to put her daughter and that chili
Right.
and Boynton the cheerleader and the son playing in Royal Punk football.
Right.
So we're trying to bring back chili because chili helped with getting them brothers. Because parents don't want to go to 3 different parts just for
Right.
something that can be at one part.
Right.
And I can't blame them too. You know what I'm saying? So we were trying to get cheerleading back, but it's hard, bro. Trying to establish what registration fee to choose and make sure that it don't eat into the football money and this and that. And then with FYFL, they very competitive when it comes to cheerleading. Like they have like this big end of year championship, and these Fort Lauderdale Hurricane probably got the best cheerleading group I ever seen in my life. They doing flips, they doing all type of stuff. They arguing. Cheerleading go harder than football on track talk. Listen, them cheer coaches don't play.
Dang.
They don't play.
I
Like
think that's
real
it.
big.
I think
See, that's another thing about South Florida. Like Broad and Dade.
Yeah.
They take everything serious when it comes to football. Cheerleading, football, all that shit is serious.
I'm talking about
Listen.
deep, bruh. Like cheerleader squads.
Yeah.
Listen, they deep. Man, I just seen on Facebook a picture of Fort Lauderdale Hurricane cheerleading coaches. They about 50 something deep, bro.
Dang.
50 something deep.
Just for children.
All of them look happy, no attitudes.
50 something deep.
Yeah, I saw that
Yeah,
picture
but
too.
that jump's on serious though. But cheering, I want to get it right, but it's a lot. It make me can't sleep at night.
So, Dairy Rocks, Bulldogs, Gardens. We gotta try to make it happen.
Tournament, at least tournament,
it
something.
can happen?
Do I think it can happen?
Well, at least with the Rocks and the Bulldogs. Do you think it can happen?
Them teams, they about their life. They made, if we come with a good plan, when someone come with a great plan, and it's organized and everything look good. Because one thing about AYFL, they organized as hell.
Mm-hmm.
They got their schedule off real, and they gonna follow their schedule. They ain't cutting on corners.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's one league that we looking to too. Only reason why we didn't go to AYFL because of their cutoff date. If they cut off, they would August the 1st. Royal Palm would have been AYFL.
So do FYFL have 14U or is just 13U?
So their 14U is 13U. So basically how they do their 13, 14, you can't turn 15 during the season.
Gotcha.
So you can you can be 14 in January and still play on their 13U.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But you can't turn 15 an hour during the season. So it's only 14. So they're trying to make this you in high school.
Gotcha.
But not that you're not in high school.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't turn 14 an hour.
So my last question is, earlier you talked about promotion and media and everything like that. You said Broward got a media team down there that promotes their kids. What would you be looking for? What would you like to see from a media team here in Palm Beach, like that's going to promote?
You look at YouTube
All the time.
Okay, so when you on YouTube, you type like the let's say 8UU football or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You see how like Footballville. It's another one I can't think of. Brandon Sports, whatever. It's something. You see how it just pop up.
All right.
That's what we need. Like you go on right now. You type in Rock on, you will see some stuff that come up.
Mm-hmm.
But we need a media company that to come here, do highlights from different fields, and put team highlights together and put it on YouTube. That's the most important thing, and put it on Facebook.
Me and Chuck, one thing about this is I believe it's just teamwork. Teamwork make the dream work. And, just with this podcast, we're trying to create that segment where, we highlight youth football. I'm not going to say that we're going to send cameraman to X different parts, but we can highlight certain, highlight big plays from Royal Palm, the Ibis Gardens, Jupiter, whatever, and we put it together. You know what I mean? And that's our media team.
That'd be great.
And that's something that we're going to do. Like one thing that I got, and like I said, I want to partner with you. Let's create, because you got to understand, the way social media work, bro, it's all noise. You know what I mean? If we can create something like, say, for instance, being that we have all of these different leagues, FYFL, AYF, Pop Warner, direct leagues, why not create just a ranking system? You know what I mean? We create the ranking system based off the strength of schedules, right? And keep in mind, you're also factoring in the surrounding noise. Just think about how many people are just going to be, I want to be number one. I want to be number one. I want to be number one. What do we do as the podcast? Like I said, with the high school, we're going to create something, before the season where we say, you know what, Realize to Get podcast, we're going to throw a youth football. We're going to give the whole program dry fits for free. That's going to help the program. You know what I mean? That's going to help the podcast. That's going to bring more recognition. You know why? Because if a team miss out, oh, wow, what we got to do next time? You know what I mean? Right. Just think like this interview with Coach Sam. It may open up the doors for other people to say, yo, let's just go sit down. Let's chat. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with that. I think the first thing I know, obviously we talk about, creating a league or whatever. The first thing we need to do is create a tournament. A preseason tournament. That's like the first thing we need to do. If we can get that, then
we've been trying to do that for the longest. Like we even looked and trying to get Lake Lighter to do like a preseason jamboree.
Yeah, that's what's like
just to quiet some noise. You know what I'm saying? And put everybody in there because a lot of people don't get in pads as early as we do. Right. Honestly.
Yeah, WCFL they don't start till August.
They don't start, but WCFL ain't gonna never get.
I know. I mean, they got too many things. I'm just saying, but players who play in that league, they can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they ain't gonna never get into that.
Yeah, so, I don't see West Boynton doing it.
I understand them leagues. I'm saying like players from that league, they can go create a team that's not part of WCFL, different jersey, and come be a part. You know what I'm saying?
I get you,
but they coaches ain't as hungry. They don't want
them coaches that.
That's them true daddy coaches.
That's true daddy coaches.
That's true daddy coaches.
They want to stay. They want to stay in their part and play every Saturday at their part. They don't really want to get out of that action like that. Like travel football ain't made for everybody. We just be honest with you. It ain't made for everybody. Right. Like everybody can't just say I'm gonna do this or do that. Like you gotta really, really want it and really understand that it take time, it take effort, and you're gonna have to put in that time and effort. Like if you trying to practice 2 days a week, this ain't for you. Like this ain't for you. Like you gotta actually practice. It's some parts right now that are practicing 5 days a week, and they don't care, and the parents don't care.
How many days y'all practice?
Right now, 4 days.
Got you.
I keep it more like how it was in part one. I don't see the need to change it, but some of my coaches may decide to practice an extra day or 2 extra days.
And we see
if we're not ready. Like in part one, you know, you got only once school starts, you only have 10 hours of practice.
right
You know what I'm saying? Like you only got, I think no, it go down to 6 hours.
after Labor Day.
Yeah, after Labor Day, 6 hours, I think. If my memory serves me correct.
So yeah, that's 3 days.
That's 3 days. So
that's
that's
3
all
days.
you can practice is 6 hours.
Right.
We don't have that in the FYFL. I don't think AYFL had that either.
Just unlimited practice.
Unlimited practice.
Yeah.
So we can choose how we want it to practice. You know what I'm saying? So that's important. Like some coaches don't want to do that. So it's gonna be hard to do something like that because of timing. But if we get enough program that's committed to actually getting Palm Beach recognition and not hold on to the old ways, we need a new world now. Stop worrying about what happened in 1960s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. It's 2022.
Yep.
Like, we can do this. Like, we can create a league that we're just as competitive as FYFL or AYFL.
True.
And with Palm Beach and Treasure Coast team.
Tournament. We need to get a tournament first. Get a tournament, league will come. Got to get a tournament.
But if you get a tournament, most people ain't gonna play in the tournament because the age ain't gonna match up.
Yeah. Like they
Like, we ain't scared of AYFL.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't play them. But most people ain't gonna play them because they got May 1st birthdays. That's them 3 months matter.
Right.
A lot of people like, man, them 3 months matter. Like, they matter. Like, I have a kid right now that went to look, they went to Boynton right now, right? Like, went to a great staff. I love the staff, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. The kid played 10U for Lake Worth 2 years in a row. And he on 10U again. That shit matter. Come on, if you can play 10U 3 years in a row,
Right. Yeah. No, yeah.
it matter, right?
Yeah, they do.
That age matter. And that kid good. And while we on this, shout out to Boynton, man. Boynton gonna have a great 11U and a great 10U.
Facts.
I'm telling you.
I've been
like,
following
I'm
them.
telling you, they're gonna have a great 11U and 10U. Like they gonna put the world on notice.
So we see you guys got a travel schedule coming up. What's next for Royal Palm? What y'all got coming up?
Oh, we doing a park versus park against Progress Village on July 16th. So we're going out to play against one of the top Tampa teams. They originally from the Tampa Bay Youth Football League, where they got they in another league now, Florida Premier League or something like that. So we going to play against them to get some of these buzz out before we go to Southern Hospitality, July 29th through 31st, where we play against some of these national teams. July 23rd, my 10U is playing against West Orlando Jazz in the Florida Bowl. And then I think it's August the 5th, we're doing like a Devin Hester Classic with my 11s and my 9s playing against the West Orlando Jazz. So,
I'm there. I saw that. I told my team we going.
Yeah,
When is that again?
August the 5th.
And where is that going to be at?
Suncoast.
What time?
5 and 7 p.m.
5 and 7 p.m. Y'all heard it, man. Y'all need to come Florida. Palm Beach. We just talked about showing love, man. The difference between the culture down there and the culture down there. We don't have enough people at the field hyping kids up, man. That's another thing. We need fans.
And y'all know what else? It's free.
It's free.
Shit, well, how much?
It's free.
So I ain't gotta pay nothing.
They gotta come out.
The only thing we ask for is some donations.
Donations.
If you want to donate, you can donate. If you don't, it's free.
I'm donating.
Is there a way like someone that can donate online? Is that a
No, we
option?
just gonna have people at the gate.
okay.
Like, if you want to donate anything, you can donate.
Got you.
It made me think I might have to put Isaiah up there, huh?
Hell yeah, you gonna have to get one of them. You have to get one of them posters, have that QR code on there. And I told all of my team, the entire organization, yo, we bringing out all the kids. You know what I mean? Because that alone, like Sam said, on Facebook, ain't no youth football game, ain't no high school game. Let's control it. You know what I mean, bro? Them stands
and the legend himself is coming back to Palm Beach, Devin Hester.
Mr. Hester.
Yes, his son, who's really good too.
We need to post that flyer from my page.
Like, he's really good. Like, his son is good too, and that team is a travel team. They had trials. Like, they got the best of the best in Orlando.
Right.
Like, the ankle bully is good, but they added some weapons to that team.
Yeah.
So we'll expect a great game against a 9U versus I-9U. That's gonna be the main event. But the honors card is the 11U. The 11U is a good team. You know, I-11U is good too, but the 11U is a great team. So that's gonna be a great game.
So what all age groups does Ropan have?
So we have 6 through 13.
6 through 13. Okay. And if anybody want to get in contact with you or look research the program, how can they do that?
You can follow me on Facebook at Sam Curry. We also have a page on IG, Instagram, Raw Palm B something. Don't quote me on that. I don't run the Instagram.
Just type Raw.
Just type Raw Palm. G run the Instagram. I can't remember what's the Instagram, but you can go on Facebook, type in Raw Palm Beach Wildcats.
I'll find it. I'll add it to the.
You can also call me at 561-215-2494. And you can call me to join, or you can call me to get some competition. We ready to scrimmage anybody. We ain't ready for no smoke.
Y'all heard that. Get the competition.
I'm trying to get somebody at you to come see me soon.
Somebody.
Somebody.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. We gonna make it happen. I figured out some loopholes. But like I say, it's just work. It's just work. You know what I mean? It's gonna make my guys better. Obviously Sam got a little more experience. Guys, they're gonna get some work in. But me, I'm all for the competition. You know what I mean? I just don't want to kill my kids' spirits. You know what I mean? But like, man, hold on. Y'all got a little kid over there. I don't know if he 9U, but I seen him running the ball. He a running back. Big kid. He a big kid, man. Beast.
Major?
Yeah, him.
Major 9U.
Major
Major the real deal.
Real deal, man.
Major is the real deal.
So
Major come from a family full of running backs, though.
Wow. Dude, he like a man child, man.
Yeah.
Man child.
His brother was on that national championship team on the junior Pee Wee and 12U.
Okay.
He's at Palm Beach Lake right now, and he's got some true snap at varsity. And the big brother was a starting running back for Palm Beach Lake. And then they got another one named J-Bo.
Okay.
He go to Carl Newman. He's a part of Lake Lido. Like, he was just dominating Lake Lido. But you know what I'm saying? The kid good. He ended up playing with us for the Hellcat season. But that family is full of number of running backs. Like, it's crazy.
So
he's a man child.
So what's some players from Royal Palm we should be looking out for this season?
I can't.
Well,
we're family. I can't name them kids. Look out for everybody from Royal Palm.
I got
Whole
you.
squad.
The whole squad. I ain't getting no individual name. Look out for the whole Royal Palm. We come as one.
Got you. So
One band, one sound.
Real as it get podcast, Sam Curry, Royal Palm Beach. Before we go, we got this segment called One Gotta Go. Pretty much, one gotta go from the list that I give you. Lil Wayne, Tupac, Biggie Smalls, Jay-Z. Which one gotta go?
Jay-Z.
Percy Harvin or Reggie Bush?
That's a good one, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Percy. Percy gotta go.
Michael Vick or Peyton Manning?
I gotta go with Peyton.
LeBron James or Michael Jordan?
Don't start nothing now. It was trying to start something now.
LeBron, I'm a Bulls fan, so you don't go with Jordan.
Okay, this is a good one right here. Allen Iverson or Steph Curry?
My last name Curry. Yeah. My Iverson.
So, and the last one is Michael Jackson, Prince, or James Brown?
Prince got to go.
Golly.
Hey, man.
There ain't no purple rain over here.
Hey, it's been a pleasure to have you here. Sit down with you, chop it up.
Yes, it has been.
We definitely going to support Royal Palm. Like I say, man, we all family, bro.
Yeah, we are. That's what we need in youth football. We need to be family. People take stuff too serious.
Yes, you see it on Facebook all the time.
I just be laughing. Like, come on, man. Like, I would help anyone. Like, if you call me, you know this.
Right.
If you call me, I'll help you. I'll be like, hey, man, this is what I did. This is what I went to. If I see that you doing something, hey, you make shirts. Hey, make the shirts for me.
And definitely, Sam has definitely shown love. It's been times where something done fell through. He done hit me up. Yo, 2 days. Yo, I need 60 shirts. And and the craziest thing is the money's there. The money's there. So, definitely good people, man. And this is the type of people you need to align yourself with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And this is the type of person that if there was a super conference, you need 10 more of these guys. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just because he's for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Sam was telling me he was picking up like 5-6 kids. You know what I mean? Me, I done told myself, man, I pick up kids, but I just can't do that.
That's work.
Yeah, man. Youth football is crazy. Like, you got to though. Some of them kids need to be there, man. It's an outlet for them.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to go the extra mile for some kids. Make sure they know.
Yep. So
Let's get podcast, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Cause I enjoyed the conversation. Man.
I did too.
Hey, look forward to the mid-season interview too. We're gonna have to bring him back mid-season
Honestly,
too.
man, I think we should do something like every Sunday or something like that.
I think so too.
Say less.
When the season starts,
Say
I
less.
like to talk about the kids and the games that just because the games are on Saturday. Everybody games on Saturday,
Right.
So that's where we can spotlight some kids and actually like spotlight some teams.
We already meet on Sunday,
Right.
so we definitely could implement that. You know
Something
what I mean?
like that.
Yeah.
So hell, Sam got the fan base. All Sam got to do is put it on his Facebook.
Boom,
He
there
gonna
we
get all the
go.
coaches.
There we go. It's finna go viral, baby.
Hey, yeah, we gonna make that happen. We
Yes,
gonna
sir,
make that
yes, sir.
happen. You know, hey, follow the podcast on Twitter, real as it get pod. Follow us on Instagram, real as it get podcast. And
YouTube link in the bio, all of them. You know what I'm saying? At Chuck C is me.
Hey, at Jabars Neely is me. Look for Sam on Facebook. Sam Curry.
Sam Curry on Facebook.
Hey, real as it get podcast signing out.
Peace.
Peace.